Tom McComb. This is my assignment 3 for movement mechanics, and we're going to talk a little bit about open and closed kinetic chain exercises and progressions and regressions of those. Okay, so first thing, what is an open or closed kinetic chain? So an open kinetic chain is where the distal end of the chain would be free to move, okay, and the proximal chain end of the chain would be fixed. So easy enough to explain. If we're just doing something like a bicep curl, this is open because the proximal end, the distal end is free to move, okay, and the proximal end, which is my glenohumeral joint, is still. I can keep that still, okay. A fixed, a closed chain would be where the distal end is fixed, as in a push-up. So in a push-up position, my hands are fixed where they are, and the proximal end, i.e. my body, is free to move. Okay, simple. Right, so we're going to do one of each for the upper extremities and for the lower extremities. Right, so as I said earlier, an example of a closed kinetic chain exercise would be a push-up. The distal end, my hands fixed on the floor, can't move around at all, proximal end moves. Okay, so normal push-up, we go nice straight body, up on our toes, up and down. Okay, so how do we make that easier? Quickest way is if we go onto our knees, yeah, and carry on the same movement. What's changed? What's changed is the fact that I've got a much shorter lever. So from my knees to my shoulders, as opposed from my toes to my shoulders, much shorter lever, makes it much easier for the participant to do the exercise. Okay, so let's talk about progressions. So several ways to do progression. Okay, several ways to do progression. One of the ones I like is to use a bossy ball. So on the bossy ball, exactly the same. My toes are up, back straight, full push up, all the way down to the ball, back up again. Okay, so what's this doing? And you can see as I was trying to do the push-ups there, my body's unstable. Yeah, so it brings in a greater range of movement of range of muscles, makes it harder to do the push-up. So that's an easy progression for the push-up. Okay, so another easy progression would be put your feet on a bench or anything that's higher, yeah, and just again normal push-ups. Okay, and you can do both of those in a session, would work perfectly well. Okay, we're going to look at an open chain kinetic exercise. So with this, the distal end has to be free to move, and the proximal end would be secure. Okay, so next we're going to do a bicep curl. Yeah. So normal bicep curl, you stood up nice. You can do this with both hands. You can do it with the bar. So both hands go at the same time. Okay, so that's a nice bicep curl. Okay, so how do we make that a little bit harder? Yeah. One easy way of doing it is to completely isolate the muscle. So if you put it on your knee like this, yeah, you see everything's still now. Yeah, elbows held perfectly still, and it makes it that bit harder to do. Okay, so it's the same exercise, but we're isolating the muscle completely. There's always a bit of sway when you're doing it freestanding, and that makes it just a little bit harder. Okay, let's go for a regression. As opposed to having any weight or a dumbbell, I've got an elastic band. Yeah, so we're just doing the same exercise, very much easier, yeah, and that just makes it, just to start, you can do the same way you can do this, is to just use lower weights. Okay, and that's a regression for open chain exercise, the bicep. You can look at squats. Squats are a closed chain exercise. My distal end, my feet, anchored to the floor. Okay, so I'll Got nothing on the bar, just to make it nice and easy. But what we normally do without weight on the bar, we just do a normal squat. All the way down, we back straight and back up again. This would be a normal exercise. Okay, so how do we make that harder? Several ways there. We could go down slowly, so it's a timed exercise, gives you more strain, muscle and tension a long time, then back up the same. Okay, or we could do part squats. So go down a bit, back up, down again, back up. That counts as one. Or we go down, back up halfway, down again, full squat. Okay, and that just makes it a little bit more difficult. So a way to make this a little bit easier, we could have a bar just like this, or even a little bit of weight on it. But what we do, we sit down and stand back up again. So we're sitting into a chair, rest at the bottom, limits the movement a little bit, and it's just a nice, easy regression. Okay. So we're going to finish off with last exercise, which is going to be a lower extremity open kinetic chain exercise. And what we're going to do is the floor hip extension. So simple enough, get down, no force, and the idea is to just raise the leg up and high, yeah. And that's just working the glutes. Okay, so how do you make this a little bit easier? Make this a little bit easier by just bending the leg a bit and just keeping it bent, and it just makes it a little bit easier. It's changing the center of mass of the leg, so it makes it a little bit easier. So opposed to going all the way up there, like that, we're just doing it nice and gentle with the leg bent. Okay, and to make this harder, I don't have one with me, but we would just put an ankle weight on and just continue with the same extreme movement.